Hello, and welcome back to the Morning Jackpot. Listen, we had two shows last week, Thursday, Friday, and Thursday was great. Friday was decent. But fellas, we're about a week and a half into this NBA playoffs, the 2024 NBA playoffs, and it's been beautiful. It's been magnificent. But at the end of the day, when I look at everything going on in this year's playoffs, what's the first thing that occurred? Kevin Durant got swept. So Kevin Durant goes down 4-0. Everyone talking about it. Everyone talking about the Phoenix Suns and this big collapse. And I'm sitting here thinking, didn't Jason Tatum do this to Kevin Durant like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whenever it was? This idea that Anthony Edwards is all of a sudden doing something we've never seen before, it's a little bit of recency bias, my friends. It's a little bit of, Anthony, we get it. You're good. Minnesota has been able to do something that was very unexpected. You got to give your flowers. You got to give your props to Minnesota. But ultimately, Phoenix, it was a downfall. It was a collapse. Kevin Durant failed once again. And we're a minute 42 into this thing. And all on my brain, that the words that are trying to come out of my mouth, it's very simple right now. Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, all in Golden State next season. It just feels right. It just feels like Golden State has been at a point where they're trying to make this trio work, and it's not enough to win a championship anymore. So what does Golden State do? They try and get a star. They try and get a superstar. Well, who do you get? To be honest, there's 4 guys available this summer. To be honest, there's a guy named Kevin Durant that's going to be available. To be honest, there's a guy named LeBron James, Joel Embiid, and if the Milwaukee Bucks do not get out of this first-round matchup, Giannis is on the table too. So if you're the Golden State Warriors, you have options, which is why don't go for 1, go for 2. Kevin Durant, LeBron James. If you want to go a little younger, if you want to go with the one option, if you want to go with only one guy, you go with Embiid or you go with Giannis and you go full force on one of those guys. But everyone's talking about the era of Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Steph Curry. It's over. It's done with. KD just got swept. LeBron's on the brink of elimination. Steph's in Cancun. And I'm here to tell you right now, there would be no better way to end this era of basketball, this beautiful LeBron, Steph, KD era of basketball, by them all joining forces. All of them, all 3 of them. They join forces in Golden State and they go win 1 more. You're telling me that if Kevin Durant and LeBron James are in Golden State, they don't win a championship? I don't care how old they are. I don't know what the odds are. I don't know what the – we got a chat here. Looks like Curry is the GOAT. Yeah, no, that's a great take. And speaking of the GOAT, Nathan, welcome to the show. Nathan, can you hear me?
What's happening?
I just spent about 3 – I just spent 4 minutes basically explaining to the public that Kevin Durant and LeBron James are both heading to Golden State, and your idea is about to come to fruition, my friend, and I'm stealing it from you. It's now my take.
Man, it absolutely, like, you have full permission for me to take the take, because I don't think it's gonna happen. I think it should happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But I think Kevin Durant, you know, the way that I know Kevin Durant, he might be a Minnesota Timberwolves next year.
Without thinking about everything that has happened in this NBA season, if you just kind of fast forwarded to right now, you have no idea what just happened other than the result. And all you hear is Phoenix just got swept out of the first round. What's your initial reaction to something like that? Because to me, I sit here saying there's no way. How did that just happen? Is Kevin Durant's career over? Those are my questions. So how do you feel in this moment, Nathan?
In this moment, I'm kind of like ashamed on myself because at first I was really going to pick the Timberwolves to win this series, but then I was like, you know what? I don't think Anthony Edwards is over that hump yet. I think he's still too young. I think KD and D-Book still got this one. I don't think they're going to get out the first round this year. And now look, 4 games later, it's a 4-0 sweep, and I'm kind of jaw-dropped. I really don't know what to say almost. Like, first of all, I was right about the Suns all year long. Like, heading up to this moment, I was trying to tell you, like, the Suns are frauds. Suns are first-round exits. I was telling you all regular season long. Like, do not take the Suns seriously. And I fell for – I don't know what I fell for. I don't know what convinced me that the Suns were going to get out the first round. I did end up regretting that pick. And now here we are. Anthony Edwards, whether you want to admit it or not, is the face of the NBA, is the new face of the NBA generation. Yes, he is.
So clearly you did not hear my 4-minute yap session to begin, but this idea that Anthony Edwards is doing something we've never seen before is frankly ridiculous. And it's to show that nobody cares about what has happened 2 years ago unless you lost in the finals. All anyone ever talks about is what you do in the NBA finals and when you lose in the NBA finals or if you win in the NBA finals. But my friends, what Anthony Edwards just did, we've seen this story before. Jason Tatum, I think he was 23. And so mistake me if I'm wrong, Edwards is 22. Mm-hmm. Similar paths, similar storylines here because Jason Tatum swept the Brooklyn Nets and Kevin Durant, I want to say it was 2 years ago in the first round.
Maybe 3.
No, it was 2. It was 2. This year, the year before that.
Okay.
That was when Jason Tatum kind of came to life and took the throne from Kevin Durant. In order to become a better player than one of those legends, you have to win. You have to take it from them. You have to sweep them. What Anthony Edwards did was phenomenal, but it's not something we haven't seen before. Jason Tatum did this 2 years ago. So let's just
realize but this wasn't the same situation where like McQueen is slowing down. Like, oh, he doesn't have it anymore. No. Like Kevin Durant was still performing at a high level.
But was he not performing at a high level 2 years ago? He was a much better basketball player 2 years ago. You're telling me Brooklyn KD was
he's
not
still averaging like 28 as the primary scorer. Let's not forget the fact that he was a top 10 player last year, and this year he's still a top 10 player, and he's still around the same area where he was 2 years ago. But what I'm trying to say is, like, cool, okay? Tatum's done it. But at the end of the day, it's like Anthony Edwards is younger right now. And we're going to see if Anthony Edwards can head down that similar path and go further than Jason Tatum. Yep. And that's what people are excited about. And it's like Anthony Edwards, I'm sorry to admit it, he might be a little more fun to watch than Jason Tatum as well. I think that's what the general public is starting to get behind a little bit more on. Like, he's got the swag. Like, he is literally the next coming of MJ. You know? Like, that's what everybody's saying about him.
Our league is absolutely cooked. We're so fast to jump on these conclusions of life. I have been working on this Jason Tatum claim for 2.5 years, and people still don't believe it. And they just went 64-18, and they're the clear-cut favorite to win it all. So it's like, you either have a player that everyone hops on and he doesn't have to do anything for everyone to hop on him, or it takes 3 years and people still are not going to buy into this Jason Tatum hype. But is this Minnesota sweep more of a, oh my gosh, Anthony Edwards and the Minnesota Timberwolves give Anthony Edwards his flowers, Or is this what the hell, Phoenix? What the hell, Kevin Durant? This is a downfall to say the least. Is it a little bit of both? Or is this Anthony Edwards has arrived?
It's actually none of those two. What it is cementing and kind of understanding Kevin Durant's career and his legacy in one playoff series, but not exactly
Bro,
one.
explain that. Explain.
But it's like,
Bro just got swept, and he's never looked worse.
Yeah, yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, like, he's not what all the Kevin Durant, because I have like 2 to 3 friends who are like Kevin Durant, like meat riders. Like, they love KD. They always try putting Kevin Durant in the same conversation as like Curry and even LeBron. And I'm like, bro, he like scoring buckets and doing what Kevin Durant does isn't always going to get your team to the second and third. And like, he can't win a finals by himself is what I'm trying to say. Like, he still has things to prove, and he hasn't proven it. And him getting swept in the first round is kind of like a "see, I told you so" kind of moment. I don't think this sums up his career, obviously, because his career is better than 4-0. But I'm gonna come out with this hot take right now. Kawhi Leonard over Kevin Durant all time. I'm taking Kawhi.
For the audacity for you on Friday to say over 22.5 points, Kawhi Leonard. And the first hot take you're going to come on here and say on Monday, without even acknowledging the fact that you gave out one of the worst picks in the history of predictions. And you're going to say Kawhi Leonard over Kevin. Have you lost your mind? There is not a single world where Kawhi Leonard is in a category of Kevin Durant.
If you watch the game,
yourself.
If you watch the game and you saw when like how Kawhi Leonard was moving around,
the game. Kawhi Leonard is not in.
Exactly. That is my point. Kawhi Leonard is
not. Who won? The Clippers. Who won? The Clippers.
He's not healthy right now. So with that being said, it's like
he's never healthy.
When he was jumping up and down, and whenever he was landing on his knee, it was clear that there was pain. He was trying super hard to make it back in time, but it's like, you know what?
There's pain for Luka too. There's pain for every single player in the NBA. You don't think LeBron, AD, Luka, Kyrie, you don't think all those guys are dealing with little knickknacks here and there? Bro, suck it up.
Knee inflammation is different. Knee inflammation is, you can't just suck up knee inflammation. It doesn't work like that.
I understand injuries, but at a certain point, this is every season.
You really
this is every year. We were having this question. We were having this conversation at this exact time last year, and we were like, "This has got to be the last time. This has got to be the final straw." Where it's like, "Oh, we got to wait for another playoffs where Kawhi is in and out."
No, we're not.
That's got to play in. That's got to play into your legacy a little bit.
For the next series, we're gonna wait for the next series.
You're not getting to the next series.
He's gonna be active for OKC. Right now, it's tied 2-2. And I love where the Clippers are at right now, because yesterday we clearly showed that Paul George and James Harden can handle their load. Russell Westbrook can go ahead and play his role on the defensive end and bring the energy and lock up Kyrie and Luka whenever he has to. And the Clippers know how to play with one another. And Kawhi can focus. He doesn't have to rush to get back like he did for Game 3 and Game 4. He was rushing a little bit too much, and obviously he was hurting out there. It was very obvious that he wasn't playing like himself. He scored 7 points and he scored 9 points. That is not Kawhi Leonard. So what he's going to do is he's going to rest. He's going to take it easy on that knee, focus on your knee, and then next series, we got you back. If we make it to the next series, knock on wood.
If you think, Nathan,
I know
that y'all can win this series without Kawhi Leonard, you've lost your mind. You've lost your goddamn mind, Nathan. They're cooked.
We haven't lost yet without him. We haven't lost it without him. We have our own, bro. Even if, let's just say Kawhi Leonard was 100% healthy today, he's not coming back on the squad regardless, because we have our flow. Paul George and Kawhi Leonard.
What are you talking about?
They're playing so, bro. It's gonna mess up the chemistry. It's gonna mess up the flow. They're playing so well together. They're
Kawhi's your best player.
He's coming back next series. Bro. it's very
you guys
obvious.
would be down 3-1 right now if Paul George didn't hit a legitimately
That was the most beautiful.
generational shot. I hit that same exact shot at lifetime yesterday, but there wasn't a lot of defense on me. My boy Paul George had a full contest on him by Derek Jones Jr. And he hop stepped in the corner and released that shit like he was the greatest basketball player. I can see the argument of Paul George is my GOAT now. Like that shot, there were moments with Jason Tatum, little glimpses, little shots that I saw, like a little sidestep three, dagger kiss the sky kind of thing. When Paul George hit that shot yesterday, I was just like, damn, he's nice. Like, and then it made me realize how long PG has actually been playing for. This idea that he was hooping and dominating for the Indiana Pacers when LeBron was in Miami. We got a guy in the chat saying Kawhi is unreliable.
He's not unreliable. He just gets hurt. That's not his fault. You know what I'm saying? Like,
pretty sure that, luck, I guess, isn't on your side, but that's not what Philadelphia 76ers
you take a healthy Kawhi Leonard
about Toronto.
If you take a healthy Kawhi Leonard, he is the most unstoppable basketball player in this generation.
That doesn't exist in this time of life, though. There's no such thing as how old is Kawhi? However old he is, there's no such thing as a ex-Kawhi Leonard. A healthy 35-year-old Kawhi Leonard. It just doesn't exist.
He's 32.
The Clippers are absolutely cooked, Nathan. I watched that game yesterday. Kyrie Irving, beautiful. Luka did not play the way Luka should have played. If Luka just plays the way Luka plays, they win that game. That's all it is, right? Kyrie coming up big like that. I didn't know Kyrie necessarily had that 45 ball still in him. And it's not that like I didn't think Kyrie could still score. Kyrie wasn't, still nice. It's this idea that Kyrie comes in there yesterday, understanding Luka's kind of not having the greatest of games. You could see Luka was a little banged up, fighting through something. And Kyrie just torched him. He just absolutely torched him. But with that being said.
And so did Paul George and James Harden. We are
in the first half. Look,
I'm going to tell you right now. I am taking Paul George and James Harden to lead my squad over Luka and Kyrie any day of the week.
Okay. We're gonna bring Blake in for this.
Oh shit! What's up, boy?
I don't know if your mic is turned on or not. You might have to go in the settings a little bit, Blake.
You guys hear me?
We can.
Okay, hold on.
I can hear you through the mic. I can hear you through the Mac, so you might have to go into the settings and just turn on the audio. He hit him with the, "What's up, brother?" You made that horrible. Yeah, I can hear you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
You guys hear me now?
Yeah, I think it's through your Mac, but I can hear you. I mean, it's cool.
Here, give me one side, Jack.
Damn, Nathan made the worst take of all time. That's generational.
Hold on. I saw this Instagram comment yesterday that really inspired me to make that take, and I want to take a look at this take again. 1 second.
Shout out to fellas. Oh, I can hear like a feedback, but I can't hear you when you talk now.
Okay, can you hear me now?
There we go. The boy is here.
Yes, sir.
All right, how we doing, boys? Well, hey, what's up, brother?
What's up, brother? Yeah, so Lloyd, welcome. We bring you in here at the 20-minute mark.
Happy to be here, boys. I appreciate you guys having me, man.
Yeah, man. I felt like it was necessary to bring you in here, and especially at the current moment that you were brought in, because Nathan made one of the more ridiculous takes in the history of life. We're obviously talking a little bit about what happened yesterday in the game of basketball, just the Clippers versus the Mavericks, and what transpired in that game 4. But obviously, we got two big games tonight. We'll get into Lakers versus Nuggets game 5. You got the Celtics versus Heat game 4. But let's stay on the Sunday games for a second. We're just debating Clippers Mavericks a little bit right now, and my guy Nathan is basically claiming that the Clippers are better off without Kawhi Leonard. And that's the craziest thing I've ever said. That's come out of my own.
That's definitely not
at least
true.
right now.
That's
At least,
but his second point is this idea that he would rather have James Harden and Paul George as your duo than Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving.
Yes, and I said that with 100% confidence. And the only reason why I'm smiling right now is because
so you would rather have Paul George and Kawhi or Paul George and James Harden?
Paul George and James Harden.
In this current moment.
So look, man, that game yesterday, let's talk about this for real. The Mavs did not play very good yesterday. That was a very high elite level shot making game. There was a lot of shots made in that game at very high difficulty. But dude, Kyrie went for what, 40? Luka went for 30, and it took you guys having to have James Harden James Harden had to go back in his prime pretty much at the end of that game to get it done. And Paul George had to hit, I heard Jack say it, literally one of the most ridiculous shots I've ever seen somebody make in my life, I think. Yeah. In order for you guys to win that game. Now, can you do it again? Yeah, I think you can. Again, that's a series that I think is probably the best series going on right now. I think every other series is probably already over. We all know the Boston series is over. We all know, especially what happened last night. The Suns are already done. Anthony Edwards is finally being born. The kid is absolutely ridiculous. But again, I think that the Clippers can win the series, and especially if they do and Kawhi comes back, I think the Clippers are dangerous. But I don't know if they can win 2. The game 5's at home, so they definitely have a shot.
Lloyd,
you just gotta play better defense than that, bro. They played really bad defense in that game, I feel like, too.
The way that I analyze these next 3 games is I get you have James Harden and Paul George, who are these Hall of Fame shot-making creators, But what was my point, Nathan, at the start of this series? It was the idea that Luka's the best player on the court at all times, even when Kawhi Leonard is healthy, right? And so now we're in a best of 3 series. So that favors Luka even more. He didn't play all that well yesterday. You bring up Kyrie Irving going for 40. If Luka just plays good basketball yesterday and doesn't turn the ball over every other possession, I think the Mavericks win the game. But more importantly, Luka Doncic is single-handedly has the ability to win this series. And with the help of Kyrie, we didn't know them as Mavericks people. Nobody really knew that Kyrie had that still, right? Nobody knew that Kyrie was able to go for 45 if Luka's having an off night and Luka can still get his. So to see both of them just do what they did at their very best, and obviously Luka didn't have the greatest game, it just gives me more confidence that the Clippers are absolutely cooked and they have zero chance of winning a best of 3 series against Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving if there's no Kawhi Leonard. Nathan, I'm sorry. Y'all are cooked.
It's a very simple formula. When Russell Westbrook guards Kyrie Irving, I believe he's like 5 from 20 from the field.
Stop talking about Russell Westbrook. He's done.
Are you Did you watch the game?
I saw Russell Westbrook try and bank a shot from 14 feet, and I said, that's enough for me.
1 second. Russell Westbrook had 5 points yesterday, and yet he still had the second highest plus-minus on the court. That tells you his impact on the you don't always have to make baskets to be making an impact on the basketball court, especially when you're Russell Westbrook. He is a very, very important key. He is Derek White. He walked so Derek White can run.
That's disrespectful to Derek White.
No, it's not.
That is kind of disrespectful to Derek White. I can't lie. Dude, look, let's just keep it a buck, bro. The Clippers are the Clippers, man. They always kind of find a way to choke it. Like James Harden, in order to win their games, he had just an out of body experience yesterday with the way he was getting buckets to win that game, and for him to do it. For him to do it over and over again, for you guys to win that series, it's going to have to happen if you guys don't have Kawhi. It's going to have to happen Because
And it doesn't happen.
If he plays bad, or if Paul George has a bad game, Paul George put like shit. What was it, game 3? You guys got smoked. Like this is James Harden is the guy right now on the Clippers. If he goes off every game, you guys will have a shot. If he doesn't, there's a no shot, and Luka will take over. That's simple math, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I think the advantage, and the reason why I say James Harden and Paul George over Luka and Kyrie is because this is a veteran squad at the end of the day. And not only are they all like a West Coast, like Norman Powell, Russ, James Harden, Paul George, even Kawhi, but they're all West Coast guys, and they know how to play together. And that's the sole reason why, even though we were up by 31 at one point, I was not worried even for a sliver, because I knew that that's not something that these guys are going to do together, is blow a 31-point lead. I was not worried.
Well, they almost did it, Jack. They almost did it, bro.
If it wasn't for Paul George turning out to be Jason Tatum before Jason Tatum was Jason Tatum.
He said Jason Tatum.
It really did almost
get Jason Tatum out of here, bro. Focus on
I see the point with the veteran team. For sure, they're a veteran team. But like, and again, I think we're all kind of waiting for Luka to make that run, bro. And Jack, and I said this when I did my video, bro. I think this could be the year that the Mavs turn it up. I mean, I took the Celtics coming out of the East. I still do think they are the best team by far. They're gonna have to run through a couple. I mean, they got to beat who? I mean, New York,
Orlando, and then you get
Cleveland, Orlando, and then you get who? Yeah, New York. Okay, whatever. So Boston fucking walks to the finals, sure.
Yep.
But I mean, in the West, bro. I mean, the Mavericks. And now the Timberwolves, you really have to start looking out for those two teams, because Anthony Edwards is, I'm not saying he's prime Kobe, prime Jordan, nothing, but this kid is special, man. He really is a special player. He's one of those guys. I told Trent this last night, bro. He reminds me, everybody likes to compare him to Jordan. And I hate that comparison, because he reminds me a lot more of Kobe. Like, just with the way he scores. He is an intangible defender. He can score in a multitude of ways. He is really one of those guys that wants to go out there and kill you at every moment that he steps on the floor, bro. He's not fucking around. He doesn't care. He smells blood, and he goes out there and he gets it. And that's exactly how Kobe was, bro. And so he reminds me a lot of Kobe. And Kobe did this, right? Kobe did this first 2 years in the league, barely played, bro. Right? Never made the playoffs with LA, right? And then obviously got up in the early 90s and started really doing damage. I mean, I'm sorry, in the late 90s, back when, 99 to like 2000 era. But I mean, dude, he really reminds me a lot of Kobe. And I think that this postseason for Anthony Edwards will tell a big story for his career and how far he will go. Because if he's able to go far in this postseason with this team, imagine how much better not only he is going to get, but this Timberwolves team as well. And they can really do some damage in the future.
It reminds me of the Celtics in 22. I said it when I first got on here, but I don't know if you
kind of like that. I agree. Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, Kevin Durant gets swept in the first round by Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum was 23 years old. So Ant is now 22, 23, however old Ant is right now.
He's younger.
And he's 22, I think.
All right, whatever. He's a year younger than what Jason Tatum was when he swept Kevin Durant. Point is, both of them had to just go beat Kevin Durant and do it the right way. And I think Anthony Edwards is very special, but I'm also going to have to stand my ground for the next 10 years of life and this idea that it's going to be Tatum versus Edwards battling it out. But the Western Conference, you bring that up, it's a great point. The way that it's unfolding a little bit here, we're starting to see the picture. If Dallas makes it through, then you're getting OKC versus Dallas. You're getting Denver versus Minnesota, assuming Denver handles LA.
They will.
There's, like Denver versus Minnesota seems like two teams that are very, very good. Two teams that should go to the NBA Finals, but in a year where there's two of them. So they're going to play each other in the second round. They're both pretty fresh. Initial thoughts on a series like that, Minnesota versus Denver. Does Minnesota have the star power, Anthony Edwards, to, tackle this beast of Denver?
They do.
Yeah, I mean, no, I mean, and again, I'll be quick. I do think that the series will be good. I will take the Nuggets, because I do think that the Nuggets dynasty is kind of starting up a little bit. And Kind of what I mean by that, bro, is like, I mean, the hardest part about the Nuggets, bro, is obviously not only Nikola Jokic, but the pick and roll with Jamal Murray. It's one of the hardest things to defend in all of the NBA, right? But now we go to the Timberwolves, right? Well, okay, so you got Rudy Gobert, who is probably, he's won defensive player of the year multiple times. He is a guy that has the capability to not shut Jokic down, but to at least try to slow him down. And then obviously you have Jaden McDaniels, who is one of the best on-ball defenders in all of the NBA. So I do think, and then you have Anthony Edwards, right, who can also block shots, be a spectacular player, and help his team win a series. Now, the hardest thing about the Nuggets, too, is that they have all the pieces, right? You have Aaron Gordon, who's gone for 29 multiple times in this series right now. You have Michael Porter Jr., who has shot the ball very well this series. So they have the pieces to do it. I still will take the Nuggets. But I do think that this series will be a lot closer than everybody thinks, and especially way closer than what AD and LeBron were able to make this. And I don't know if we've talked about the Lakers or not yet, but I'm not going to – we don't have to get into all of it, but I still cannot believe that LeBron is going to be gentleman swept pretty much again by the Nuggets. It's kind of ridiculous, but whatever.
Yeah, I mean, we gonna get into that game, but what is at the bottom here, Nathan? It looks like people are saying you got bad takes.
Whoa. Okay. Just wait till the Clippers win the series, and then the mouths will be closed. But Clippers in 6.
Oh, okay. So he's a diehard Clipper fan.
He just likes to glaze these players' name.
I'm a diehard
bro. He loves Russell Westbrook.
That is fun.
Like, you know how there's the Jason Tatum fan out there? There's that kid who loves Jason Tatum.
Sure.
I don't know what his name is, but there's this dude out there that loves Russell Westbrook, and for some reason he also loves Kawhi Leonard and Paul George and James Harden all the same way. So it's like
all the guys.
Oh my God, it's the perfect team.
Appreciating greatness. I'm not even a bandwagon. Everywhere Russell Westbrook has
their
went,
ass.
I have went.
Yeah.
And then this is like the most special team of all time because it's like, okay, the last year in like crypto arena, the new stadium's opening up next year. Let's hang that banner, right? It's like people have been saying that all these 4 stars are washed whenever it initially happened, and we fought for that 4th seed, and now it's like, okay, let's get it done this year. So that's why I'm so passionate about this year. I'm trying to get it done. If not, I might crash out, but we'll see.
Cooked. Yeah, absolutely. Kentucky Fried Chicken cooked. Anyways,
I just
let's
be Dallas. Man. I don't know.
Yeah, you guys can't even get out the first round, but that's okay. It is what it is. You're on to the next one. Before we talk about tonight's games, before we talk about the Celtics and the Heat game 4, we got the Lakers and the Nuggets in game 5. I quickly want to talk about the presentation of this show, SoBet, and what they have to offer. So I'm going to share my screen here. We're gonna hop right on to SoBet.io. We're just gonna check out, see what people have been up to. Lloyd, you had a tough day yesterday. I don't need to. Wow.
Yo.
Yeah, yeah. We had a. Whoa, hey, relax, bro. Chill.
Bro, this is why you have to get on SoBet right here, my friends. It's plays like this, man, that just allow you to feel outrageous with yourselves.
We had a bad last 2 days, but we had one of the greatest betting runs of all time this week, and I will be.
Yeah, I saw like 18-2 or something. What was that?
Yeah, we were 18-2 last 20 MLB plays over the course of that time. We were up around 14 units. And we were absolutely killing it, bro. So I mean, we finished the week up about 3 units. We take our winning week, but I mean, we had one of the best runs of all time. We had the gambling gods will strike you down when you get too hot, and that's what they did to me over the last 2 days. But we were making a lot of money for a lot of the SoBet guys. If you guys are not on SoBet, man, it's the best place for all your sports betting needs. 50 different vetted handicappers dropping their exclusive plays, exclusive content, all in one congested spot for you guys. So look at the dog popping up. But I mean, obviously, if you guys are serious about making money sports betting, man, there's only really one way to do it, and that's to download SoBet and get in there. Use promo code Lloyd. Use promo code. I don't know what the promo code is on this
Jackpot.
Show, but
it's Jackpot.
Jackpot. Use promo code Jackpot. Don't use mine. I'm fine. I don't need it. Use promo code Jackpot and we'll take it from there, man. And we will start making you guys a lot of money. We got a lot of good guys, a lot of vets, a lot of VIPs. If you guys want to join those too as well, a lot of great stuff in those. So get on SoBet, man. It's a hell of a time.
You got the MLB locks, Lloyd?
Yeah, looks like Lloyd's hammering.
Got them all, bro. I got MLB. Got 5 plays today. I mean, you know what, man? I've been watching a lot of these NBA games. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't do really well last year betting the NBA, like especially in the playoffs. And I was like, man, I really just think I'm gonna go like all out on the MLB this year. And that's kind of what I've done so far. We're doing really, really well. Right. So definitely, but I got 5 plays today. I can drop one for the guys on the show if you guys want me to a little bit later after we're done talking, or I can give you all 5. We can do whatever.
This is what we're going to do. This is what we're doing. Since we got a show high of 23 people in here currently,
sure.
I think you can give one MLB play right now. So whatever you got for today, give me one and then maybe rattle off a couple at the end of the show. But to tease some people, you're an MLB expert. What do we got today?
Yeah, this is one of my favorite plays today is the Phillies first 5 money line -135. Christopher Sanchez is on the mound today. He's been solid, bro. He's been solid all year. I mean, he's had a couple bad starts, but he's been really solid. Obviously, the Phillies are obviously one of the hottest teams in baseball right now, especially with their bats. And Griffin Canning is pitching today for the Angels. Angels have been one of the worst hitting teams in baseball, but over the last 4, he's got a 7.5 ERA. His expected is like 5.2, which is almost even worse, to be honest with you. And Sanchez is at 2.96. A good solid day to back the Phillies on the mound. First 5 money lines at -135. I'm checking what it's at right now for you guys. It's at -138. So it hasn't moved that much from last night. But I do love that play tonight. Phillies first 5 on the money line. And then I'm also back in my early game is Minnesota Twins first 5 -0.5 with Joe Ryan on the mound. Joe Ryan's one of the best pitchers in baseball, going up against Garrett Crockett today in the Chicago White Sox, who are a AAA baseball team. So Twins first 5 -0.5 and the Phillies first 5 money line today. Just 2 for you guys today. Just a little 2 if you want. If you want the other 3 at the end of the show, take them. There it is.
Just locked it in. If you ever want free money, just bet against the Chicago White Sox. It's the easiest way to get
literally, bro. And by the way, the Chicago White Sox too are coming off a series against the Rays where they somehow won 2 games because the Tampa Bay Rays are one of the most fraudulent teams in all of baseball. So just letting you know today that if Joe Ryan does his thing, which he should, this game should be an absolute rout. So
the way you explained all of that, it gave me so much confidence in the play. So I guess everyone that is listening to this, you better tail it. There
you go, man.
And you come back to us Tuesday and you cuss us out if it don't hit because
cuss me out, bro.
Lloyd,
I'll take all the toll.
Lloyd, bro.
Yeah,
so Thursday, first day of this show, I gave out about 5 plays, go up 4 units, right? 4 in one day. Friday though, and this is all NBA. Friday, I come on here, I'm feeling confident. But I allowed Nathan to take the reins. I allowed Nathan to do his thing. I said, Nathan, let's collaborate on this. Let's have some fun. It's Fun Friday. So I put like 4.
Nate had a bad day. Fuck.
I put like 4 or 5 plays in the chat that Nathan kept rifling off, like Clippers money line, Clippers fuck the 4.5. Give me Clippers money line. Kawhi over 22.5 points. Bro.
Right.
Quite possibly the worst NBA betting day in the history of life, and that's okay.
Oh
but more importantly,
what was the? And again, I don't want to revamp this, but
all it was Nathan
like over 3.
on Friday.
I went over 4 yesterday, so obviously we ain't shaming nobody.
No, Nathan coming on here and saying that Kawhi Leonard over 22.5 points was the mega nuke lock of the century, and him going for 7 points.
He went for 7. And he played to like 20 minutes.
And then the worst part about the whole thing, Blake, is he comes on the show today. He hasn't said shit. He has not said shit about this, right? He has not come on the show, not one thing, right? And then about 10 minutes in, we're talking about Kevin Durant and how he's gotten swept, right? And, what does this mean for Kevin Durant's legacy? And he goes, Kawhi Leonard will and is always going to be better than Kevin Durant. And I'm like, we haven't brought up the fact that you gave me the bricks of all bricks and Kawhi Leonard
you gave
under
me
22.5.
Brick, brother.
I would have taken the under on that for surely, but I
makes
I was trying to be nice. Sometimes when you're just trying to be nice,
Yeah,
doesn't always go well for you. But we got Luis.
absolutely.
We got
Oh,
Luis
by the way, I
Pablo.
would love to have that conversation about Kevin Durant too. By the way, because that's a very interesting conversation to have. I know you guys probably already had it, but I would love to have that conversation again if we would do that, because that was very, very. There's a lot to talk about there. That's all I'm gonna say. A lot to talk about there.
I asked Nathan right at the start of the show. I go, if the entire season kind of just if you weren't able to see anything that just happened during this NBA season, and it just you saw the result today, this morning, but you didn't see what happened throughout the entire year, and all you hear is Phoenix got swept 4-0. You have no other details. What's your opinion? Because to me, I'm like, that's the biggest downfall in the history of life. They were supposed to be a super team, but on the other hand, the team was not constructed properly. So how do you judge this?
No. Dude, like, this is like, okay, so Jack, there's two different ways to look at this, right? You can look at it like that, right? Like, okay, look, man, this was KD's fucking third super team, technically, if you want to put it that way. Okay, his third super team, right? He hasn't done anything with almost any of them except for Golden State, right? This team was a little different. And I think that we could all probably agree on that. This team had just no cap space, bro, to be honest with you. Like, when they signed all these guys, they just had to get to a point where they just had to go out there and start picking guys, bro, because they had to fill a roster. They didn't have that much money, and they needed some veterans for sure. But this proves the point again, bro. Like, you can't just get three guys that get hella buckets, put them on the same fucking team, and go win a championship. But now you have another way to look at it. It's like Kevin Durant, bro. All right, Kevin Durant. Let's look at the career really, really quickly, right?
No, we can take our time with this.
Kevin Durant pretty much started the Golden State Warriors dynasty in 2015, whatever year that was, 3-1, right, in OKC. Game 6, Clay goes for 50, shoots 11 for 14 from 3, and now the Warriors are now born, okay? He pretty much started a dynasty, right? Couldn't beat them, lost to LeBron in the finals, right? Got almost swept 5-1. What year was that? 2012 when LeBron won his first title, right? So pretty much started LeBron's greatness, started Steph and the Warriors' greatness. Good job, KD, right? And then had to go join them to win a championship, and then proceeded to go to the Brooklyn Nets with Kyrie and James Harden, who still at that moment, you could argue were both in their prime. James Harden was only 2 years out of Houston, where he was an average 35 a night guy. Kyrie was the guy in Cleveland, hitting big-time shots with LeBron, winning championships, doing their thing, right? So, and then he went to and then he goes to the Suns, bro. And none of it ever worked. He's a guy that is just there comes one point where you just cannot compare KD with those guys, Jack, like we would call greats, bro. The Steph Currys of the world, right? The LeBron James of the world, right? Even the guys that have won a couple, bro. Like, yeah.
You can't put them in the conversation. So can you not even
put, right?
Like when Steph and LeBron are mentioned.
Right. So I want to say this real quick. Like, and obviously everybody's going to say, well, bro, he won 2 at Golden State, and he was the reason they won that series. Yeah. I'm not sitting here saying that Kevin Durant during both those final series was not the best player on the court, because he was the best player on the court in both those series. Deserves to have both finals MVPs over Steph. I'm not saying that, right? But I'm just saying when you look over the course of his career, right? And Jack, I know you're a Steph guy. I could actually argue Steph too as well. I know I really could, but for the sake of
that's why I'm not fighting with you. I know you're just putting out points there.
For the sake of the argument, let's just give him to KD. But like for this moment and like in time, bro, you just have to look at KD's career a little differently, bro. Like, I mean, Jason Tatum came in the league, bro. I mean, like, and I get if your foot wasn't one size too big against Giannis, whatever year that was, and you didn't step on the line, maybe you have another title. I doubt it, but maybe you do, right? But for the time being, bro, the 2 that he won in Golden State was on one of the greatest teams that basketball has ever seen. And outside of that, he has created some of the basketball teams that are so great, that have so much potential, and that should be able to win championships or at least get there. And he's getting swept by Jason Tatum and getting swept by Anthony Edwards. This, like, at some point, bro, Kevin Durant, I think, Nate, you could probably agree with this, bro, we have to agree that KD is just not on that A tier level, bro. We're like, I mean, dude, Jason Tatum's already been to a finals. And look, and again, I'm not a guy that's going to sit here and advocate for Jason Tatum. I know we do that probably enough on this show, but give JT his credit with how much success he's already had in the postseason. But I can fucking argue right now that Jason Tatum has had probably more postseason success than Kevin Durant. And Kevin Durant's got 2 titles on one of the best teams of all time. You put Jason Tatum on that team, they're still winning those 2 titles. So it's like, I mean, you could just do it that way. Like, I mean, KD's career, we got to at some point have a conversation of just looking at it a little differently.
Nathan,
I've been having that conversation, by the way. I've been noticing.
I like that.
The I don't want to say fraudulency because I respect what Kevin Durant has brought to the game of basketball, but in every whenever he joined the Suns, whenever he joined the Nets, the give the ball and cook his ass offense doesn't work.
Right.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why they mopped the floor, and now Kevin Durant's going to be in Cancun. Like, it just,
Absolutely.
Jack, what do you have to say about this?
Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Stephen Curry, team up, Golden State, one last ring. That's all I got to say.
I mean, I'm not going to lie, dude. That would be fucking legendary, dude. If they just did that for 1 year,
it was
just so we could see it happen. Oh, sure, what great idea! I think just to even see it happen, bro. Like, and I do agree. I know we all want to see Bron and Steph play together. Like, that would be like the crack of all cocaine basketball. Would like be that
right.
But it's like, I mean, so I don't know. I just wanted to bring it up because I know that the media is probably not going to cover it. How we're going to be able to cover it, but like, and obviously, like, you have to somehow find a way to not put KD in them top tier categories, bro.
Okay,
anymore, bro. He's not invited.
I'm gonna fight back because
sure.
Kevin Durant will be the most disrespected player in the game for the rest of the time. Like, he will be the guy that everyone brings up. He'll be relevant, but he'll be disrespected. He'll be, oh, you went to Golden State, and for that, no matter what you did, we all saw what he's done since he's left Golden State. But regardless, you went to Golden State. You ruined the NBA for like 5 years. And a lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. I love the fact that KD and Steph I'm all about good basketball, greatness. That's what we love to see. But when KD went to Golden State, left, it just rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. But I'm sorry. For me to sit up here and say that Kevin Durant is not, he's one of, if not the greatest basketball player of all time. He is. When I look at Kevin Durant, he's the GOAT without the accolades. If you put Kevin Durant in the 80s, if you put him in the 90s, if you put him in the 60s, 70s, he's the greatest basketball player of all time. If you put him in an era without LeBron, he's the greatest of all time. If you put him in an era where Steph and LeBron do not coexist, right? In my opinion, when you look at the GOAT debate, it's not going to be, but it should be LeBron at 1, Steph at 2, and KD at 3. And the NBA failed us. The eras failed us, and it didn't get that. But everyone that's played the you can't win. You can't win when LeBron and Steph are in the league for 15 years. You can't.
Bro, but that's what makes you great, bro, is that you have to win. The fact that Steph by himself in 2022 found a way to get it done by himself against the Boston Celtics, something that Kevin Durant has never done, bro. He's never done it, Jack.
It's because
again, one of the greatest scorers of all time. Yes, bro. But guess what? LeBron's proved he can do it by himself. Steph can do it by himself. Jordan didn't do it by himself necessarily, but obviously was the main guy and won 6 of them, bro. Hakeem Olajuwon back in 95, 96 did it by himself. Like, there's guys that you have to put in the category of their winners because they do it by themselves, bro. Kawhi, 2019, did it by himself, bro. Did it by himself. I know everybody got hurt. Yeah, sucks. I get it, right? Whatever. Put a little asterisk by it, right? But, I mean, Siakam Siakam didn't even really play good that series. Let's keep it a buck for real. Kawhi did it all by himself. So Kawhi ahead of KD right now, right? As far as I'm a champion, right? I'm a champion. I'm a winner, bro. Like, I get it, KD. You got 2. You were the best player on the greatest team ever assembled, bro. Congratulations. Go get one. Steph went and got one. And guess what? That fourth one meant the most to Steph.
Right.
Meant the most, right? Because he went out there and
Yep.
he did it by himself. This is what KD can't do, bro. And this is why you can't put him in the category, bro, because he can't do shit like they can. He can't win, bro. He's not a winner. Elite scorer, one of the greatest of all time? Yes. Winner? No.
No. Hard no. Stephen
No.
Curry has locked in his legacy because he's won before KD got there and he's won after KD got there. That is
Absolutely.
why Steph Curry is not only a winner, the greatest shooter of all time, and just overall a lethal basketball player. But that's what separates the greatest players of all time from the best players of all time. He's
Jack, I could literally sit
there are
here
levels
and
to
say, yeah, 100%. 100%. I could literally sit here and say Jason Tatum has a better chance. Like put Jason Tatum on that Suns team. I don't know if they get swept, bro.
Oh,
I'm like, dude,
bro, I'm
keeping it a buck, bro.
Let's be honest, the Suns.
Like, bro, I'm keeping it a buck, though, bro. Like, you want to back Kevin Durant? Stop backing him, bro. He ain't worth backing, dude. He just,
I'm not backing.
Like,
I have to because nobody else.
Jason Tatum by
I feel
himself
like
no. He's going toe to toe with LeBron, bro.
This is why I'm backing.
KD never did it
because I feel bad when it seems like the media just pours all this hate on a guy that, in reality, let's spread love. Everyone's great. Everyone's beautiful in their own way. Obviously, there's only one winner in a given NBA season. I understand. I had this own criteria for Kevin Durant until a certain point. But this idea that once he left Golden State, go win it on your own. Go do it not in Golden State. And that one championship that you win, not in Golden State, not only is it going to trump the 2 in Golden State, it puts you in the top 10 all time. It puts you as you're that guy and nobody can say shit anymore. But because he's went to 3 different super teams and hasn't gotten the job done, it's like, Durant, I'm sorry. I've tried to fight for you. At a certain point, I just have to say, you can't be in the LeBron Steph category until you win a championship as the main guy by yourself. Like, that's all. That's the question. That's it, right? That's it.
Yeah, I mean, he's done nothing but get swept by Tatum and Anthony Edwards.
I don't even know if he's a top 10 player of all time, to be honest.
No, if he wins a championship by himself.
I mean, he's probably top 15.
Put him
probably
5
top
all
15
time
right now.
But nothing.
Yeah, I could agree with that.
Yeah. All right. Well,
great conversation. I love that.
Enough of the KD jibber jabber. We could talk about Kevin Durant for approximately 5.5 hours every day, and there would be enough content for it. But another topic that has a lot of content is, of course, the Boston Celtics. We have a comment right here from Blake. It says, "Oh, shout out Blake. Jack, Celtics are absolutely torching the Heat tonight." So I've gotten a couple of other comments basically saying Tatum 40 ball, Tatum 50 ball.
Yeah.
Blake, I'll start with you here. Your thoughts for Game 4 Celtics Heat. Obviously, we lose Game 2. Everyone hits the panic button. Then you blow them out in Game 3. Game 4 becomes more of a must win for Boston. You can't lose this game, right?
Yeah, I don't think you can lose this game. But again, the way they lost Game 2 was kind of weird, bro. Like, Caleb Martin went off. Like, I mean, Patty Mills had a game. Like, they had a bunch of guys go off. They kind of had to go off necessary to win that game, right? And the Celtics didn't shoot the ball very well. So, again, like, Porzingis didn't show up. They shot really bad from 3. Like, so this Boston Celtics team, bro, I'm not worried about them right now, at least, right? They always find a way to get out of the first round, especially usually get out of the second round and get to the conference finals. And then, then you got to start thinking about, okay, well, can the Celtics actually win the championship now? But as far as this game tonight, bro, I think this is a gentleman's sweep. I think it should be 5-1. Without Jimmy, there should be no reason why it's not 5-1. But tonight's game, I don't know what the spread is. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't necessarily checked yet. I would love to look or would love to know what it is.
I'll hit you with it. It's 10.5.
Yeah. Okay. 10.5. Yeah, the game's in Boston, bro. Like, isn't it in Boston or just this is game 4, right? So it's
No,
this
this
one's
is
in
game
Miami
4.
too.
Yeah.
Okay,
game
so
4
it's in Miami. Okay. 10.5. I mean, yeah, dude, I mean 10.5. I just feel like that's not enough points, especially if they shoot the ball well, man. And Tatum can have a night tonight as well. Like this series to me is over. It's really not that much to talk about for real with no Jimmy. You can't expect Bam Adebayo, Caleb Martin, and Tyler Hero and Jaime Jaquez to go out there and beat this Boston Celtics team. I just don't think it's gonna happen again. I know it already happened once because they played so bad, but if they don't play bad, if they play even decent tonight, it kind of should be a rout, to be honest with you. So I'll take the Celtics tonight, minus 10.5. I don't bet the NBA, but if I did bet the NBA, that's what I would bet.
You've been hanging out with Gutsy way too much. You've been hanging out
Way too much.
Way too much.
Way
You
way
can't
too
come
much.
up.
Way
Lloyd,
too much. I don't.
You bet the NBA. You bet the NBA. You bet it.
No, I
you
do bet the
it.
NBA.
You hold your breath.
Yeah.
And you say, "God bless America." This is probably going to be
Sure.
wrong. I don't know what I'm getting on a given night. Kevin Durant just got swept. You know,
He put
who
the,
hell
he
knows
put the
what's
insurance
gonna
on the pick. He said, I
No,
don't bet
I
it.
did.
But if I did bet
Celtics
it,
minus 10.5. But if you want to make some money, Phillies first 5 money line.
All right,
That's what I
Nathan.
said.
Obviously, we got some people from Brazil tuning in. That's kind of cool. So we're talking
Brazil,
Celtics
man.
Heat right now.
What's up?
Yeah. It looks like a lot of people are in favor of the Jason Tatum 40 bomb tonight. So you bet that whatever the line is. But Nathan, is there a world where the Miami Heat tie this series back up at 2-2?
no.
3-1?
3-1. 3-1. Give me the C's tonight. Give me the C's tonight.
I like it. I like
Yep.
it. You know, we don't really
Yep.
need to talk too much Celtics Heat. It's more about the reaction when they lose.
Jack, I actually have a question for you.
Mm.
So you're obviously you're a Celtics guy. You've kind of had this rivalry like ongoing with the Heat like over the years, right? And so Jimmy Butler obviously not playing, but like the guy. So then when Jimmy's not playing, the guy that you got to beat is Eric Spoelstra, right? So what are your opinions on Eric Spoelstra as a coach and what he's done for the culture of Miami over there? Because you guys have had some serious battles, and the fact that he even won a game, I think, against you guys is actually kind of crazy. So what are your thoughts, your opinions on Coach Spoelstra?
When they won game 2, it kind of made me think, why aren't we talking about Eric Spoelstra the way we talk about these superstars in the NFL, like a quarterback that's left alone with no wide receiver talent, or a LeBron James in Cleveland when he has no teammate help? And they
Like
have
Pop.
this, like it felt like
Pop, yeah.
Eric Spoelstra
Yeah.
beating this Celtics team without Jimmy Butler just for one game was one of his best accomplishments ever. We all understand he's probably, if not arguably, if not single-handedly, the best coach in all of basketball. But with that being said, you're the coach of the Miami Heat. So that's all I have to say about you. You're done. You're cooked. We end you. And enjoy your vacation, because I know you live in Miami, but you're going to have to go a little south of the border for this one, fella. See you in Cancun in a couple of months. We'll meet you there. Well, I'll meet you there. Tatum's got to go to the Olympics, and he's got to start for Team USA. But Spoelstra, Jimmy Butler, I'll see y'all in Cancun. But yeah, no, Spoelstra is a phenomenal head coach. I think the question about head coaches in this series is probably more about Joe Mazzulla and what we think he's capable of doing, because it feels like a lot of the times whenever the Celtics lose, it's only Joe Mazzulla's fault. And it's like, that's not really the reaction we should have. We should be blaming it on everyone, the players, Tatum. When the Celtics lose, you should blame it on Tatum every single time, regardless of the situation. I get that Kristaps didn't really play well in game 2, but if you're Jason Tatum, you're the best player on the team. In a game like that, you literally just have to take the ball and score 12 straight points, get your team back in it, and be the superstar that I know you are. And he didn't do that. I expect him to do that when it matters most. I'm obviously very excited for the Denver versus Boston NBA Finals, bringing me a little bit of worries. But at the same time, does Denver even make it through the first round is another question, because
here's the thing. You understand the greatness of Jason Tatum, and you understand – well, I mean – excuse me, the greatness is kind of too far-fetched, but like you understand the standard of what Jason Tatum needs to be. So he needs to become that. Whenever
he doesn't need to become it. He needs to be himself. Jason Tatum needs to be his best self. He needs to be what I expect him to be.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So that's what the Boston Celtics are going to rely on all playoffs long.
No, they can win without Tatum going for 45. But when Tatum goes for 40, when he goes for 37 on 8 threes, when he goes for 42, they don't lose. They cannot lose. It's impossible. You know what I'm saying? But let's quickly talk Lakers Nuggets. This will be our final topic of the morning jackpot. Make sure you hit the like, make sure you subscribe, turn the notifications on, and obviously go sign up for SoBet using code jackpot. All right, Lakers Nuggets, game 5. Somehow the Lakers avoid the sweep. And I'm sitting here, it's 3-1. The Lakers have been the better team in 4 games. I'm not really going to phrase a question. I'm going to let you guys just run with that statement. The Lakers have been the better team in 4 games. And I'll say one more thing. I don't know if they win game 7, but the Los Angeles Lakers are winning game 5. And they're going to win game 6. This goes 7.
Well, Nate, go ahead, brother.
We've all seen the that one stat line. The Lakers have led for 140 minutes in this series, while the Nuggets have only led for like 40 minutes, or like triple the time. And what that does to you as a team, and what that does to you like as you're playing, is it kind of it's pretty mentally demoralizing.
Yep.
Like up here, and it's like we need to, I mean, just hold the lead. That's all the Lakers need to do. And I still believe like the Nuggets are just like incapable of playing a bad game of basketball. Like the Lakers play good, but the Nuggets, everybody just knows their role so damn well. I think the series ends tonight, especially them playing at home. I just don't see a way that, I mean, there's this thing that I just saw on Twitter. It's like LeBron wins every single election. He won in 2012. He won in 2016. He won in 2020. Now he's going to win in 2024. Nah, it's bullshit. Give me the Nuggets in 5.
Lloyd,
any world where the Lakers come back?
No, I don't believe so, man. I think I do agree with Nate. I think it's over. I do agree with you, Jack. I think that the Lakers have been the better team probably through about 4 games, but you got to have a conversation as well as what playmakers have shown up, right? So you have, okay, the Lakers have been the better team, but guess what? D'Lo had a game. He dropped fucking a goose egg. Austin Edwards. Fucking what's his name? Austin Reeves. He hasn't necessarily showed up either. Both of them can't guard a fucking traffic cone. So, I mean, there's also that problem. So, I mean, like, and again, who's showing up? MPJ showing up. Aaron Gordon showing up. Like, their guys are showing up every night, bro. Jamal Murray played bad last game. Okay, he did not play very good, and that's the reason they lost, right? So, and Jokic missed a lot of shots that Nikola Jokic normally makes, right? Did he have a triple-double? Yeah, he did. It's great, right? Whatever. But he missed a lot of shots that he normally makes. And again, the game was still close, bro. Like, it was still close. Like, the Nuggets actually played one bad basketball game, and it was still a tight game. It's just like somewhat at the end, right? It was still at 8-7, right? Cut it to 5 at one point, right, at the end of the game, and then they ended up losing by however many they did, 8 or 9 or whatever it was. But it's just, and it gets a great point too by Brayson in the chat. Murray was hurt as well. So, like, a lot of these things just go into the factor that, you know, tonight's game, if it goes the way that we know the Denver Nuggets play basketball, it should not be a worry, especially at home. The spread is 7.5. I do think that's a little high, not going to lie. But I do think that they win the game tonight for sure. And then this thing kind of wraps up, and then we get to start seeing Bronny next year. Bronny's getting drafted, you know. Then we move there. Maybe LeBron and Bronny go to the Celtics. Join you, Jack. How do we say about that, huh?
If you have a first-round pick next year, I would strongly consider using it on Bronny James. That's all I'm gonna say, and including any of the first top 5 picks, because I could not name one NBA player that is coming into the draft and saying I'm going to be a top. Like, there's no Victor Wembanyama this year. There's no Anthony Edwards. There are none of those guys. They're all a bunch of probably like these dudes are probably really good. They're probably pretty darn good, talented basketball players. But you can take a risk in this draft. You can afford to fail on your first round pick. And when you fail on your first round pick by getting Bronny and LeBron, God bless America, because that's not a failure. That's the biggest success story in the history of life. Do the Celtics do it? I feel like Boston is one of those fan bases that will take everybody. We'll take you and we'll make you our own. But at the same time, there are a couple of characters out there, the LeBrons, the Kevin Durant's, even Kyrie coming back, Steph Curry. Like, those are guys that almost feel off limits to the Boston Celtics fan base, and you just want to do it with your guys. But I mean, LeBron.
Wow, Anthony Edwards, welcome to the chat. Holy fuck. What's up, man?
No way.
Dude, and bro, I loved how you played last night, big dog. Congratulations on sweep here.
I'm the best player in the world. Wow.
Dude, well, and what's goody, bro?
And over Tatum. You know ball. Hey, do you guys think Trae Young should be on the Lakers next year?
No, because I don't think LeBron's going to be on the Lakers next year. Speaking of,
I think LeBron will be a Laker, but not Trae Young. No.
This will be our final topic of the night. Shout out Anthony Edwards for being in the chat. A lot of talk about you this episode. Obviously, you're not better than Jason Tatum, but you're getting there, buddy. All right, I got 4 players. 4 players. Now, I don't think all 4 of them are supposed to be like free agents next year. This is more of an imaginary world that I'm creating.
Okay.
There are four superstars that trade, free agent. They're going to be available this summer. I want both of you to just, off the top of your head, the second I say this player's name, I want you to name a team that you think they will be playing for next year. Okay? The destination, the first team that comes to mind when I say this player's name, I'm going to give you 5 names, okay? 5 names.
Come on.
And I'll go Nathan first, then we'll go Blake, and then I'll say my team, okay? Nathan.
Cool.
Where will Kevin Durant be playing next season?
Kevin Durant will be playing for – you just put me on the spot, man. I mean, I think any of the 30 NBA teams, to be honest, are an option. Give me – I'll just be safe and say he re-signs with the Suns for a year or 2.
What about you, Blake?
I'm going to say, isn't he from Brooklyn?
You think he goes back to Brooklyn?
I think is KD from Texas? This is my whole point with KD, is that his championship era is done, and he would just go home. He would just go wherever his home is, wherever he is from. His championship era is done. He can't win it without Steph, right? So let's just chalk it up, KD, and just go home. Go spend time with your mom. Go spend time with your family, bro. You're one of the greatest scorers of all time, but you're
Washington, D.C.
But you're Washington, D.C. There you go. There you go, Jack. He'll go to D.C. There's your answer, brother. He's a wizard, brother. There it is. There it is.
Kevin Durant is not going to the Wizards. He's going to the Golden State Warriors because that's the only place he can win a championship. I get that solves none of our questions about Kevin Durant, but as a basketball fan, I need to see that again.
Yeah, this is going to be a crazy offseason, though.
It's going to be a crazy offseason because I have 4 more names. I have 4 more names that you guys are going to be like, whoa, these are the 5 names that are available. Now, I don't know if they're free agents, but they could be traded. The second name, LeBron James.
Lakers. That's pretty easy to me. I think he stays on the Lakers.
It's hard for me not to say LA, but again, I do think like at some point when he loses tonight, like he'll have that press conference again like he did last year. Oh, I have a lot to think about. I might be retiring. I might be, you know what I mean? Like he'll do this thing again tonight, right? And then he's like, well, my son's going to be drafted. You know, I got a lot to think about with my family. I want to play with my son. That's my long-term dream. So it's either LA or wherever the hell that Bronny goes. And I would say that he's probably not ready yet to give up the championship mentality. So I would say give me 1 year of Bronny being on his own, and then LeBron goes and joins him. So we got 1 more season on LeBron in LA.
Everyone's talking about how LeBron and Kevin Durant and their championship. I mean, when I say everyone, I'm talking about the 2 people that are sitting on this panel next to me. They're saying that Kevin Durant and LeBron James championship window, it's pretty much done. So not LeBron. Fine. In my opinion, they're both talented enough to win a championship.
LeBron, talented, yes, of course. LeBron will not win a championship, another one in LA. It won't happen. He's got to
That's
go
why
somewhere else.
you're
So,
correct. Them losing in 5
yes.
to Denver is the telltale sign that LeBron James is out of there and he's
Absolutely.
going to Golden State.
Well, I mean, that would be insane, but it obviously could be something that could be true. He said he's always wanted to play with Steph, but I'm just saying, like, LeBron can still win a title, yes, not in LA. Like, he cannot win a championship in Los Angeles. Not.
Do you think do you guys think the door is closed for him to go back to Cleveland for a third time?
No. There's no door that's closed for LeBron.
Yeah, that door's closed, man, because he already did it, bro. There's no reason for him to go back there.
They got pieces there too.
There's zero reason. No, they do. They're good. They're a good squad. But I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't even think that Cleveland would want that. To be honest with you, bro. Like, because I think they kind of want that era over with. Like, LeBron made Cleveland. LeBron is Cleveland. Like, I think they kind of want to get over that hump. And like, they got D. Mitchell, they got Garland, they got guys over there now that can hoop. They have a chance to win a series against Orlando. You know, they got fucking smoked the other night. And I think they're kind of over that. And if he does do that, would it be sick? Yeah, for sure. If he wants to end his career in Cleveland where he started it, but I doubt it.
I think that Steph, LeBron, and KD, the only way they can win a championship, none of them are going to win a championship as the best player on the team. But what they can do is they can combine all of their talents and they can all be the best player on a team. There's no debate.
False with Steph. With Steph, that's false.
When they are the best player, when they all join forces, right? When it's Steph, LeBron, and KD, it's Steph's team.
Bro, Jack, you're not getting the super team of all super teams, brother.
It's Steph's team.
It's
not a super team of all super teams.
That always says like the craziest shit, just like waiting for it to happen, but it doesn't happen. Like Justin Jefferson,
like that's not gonna happen, dude. I think Justin Jefferson could be a Bengal.
Yeah, no.
Like, he's not gonna be.
I could think that. I thought that a couple of years ago, but
sure.
Okay, final two names.
I'm just saying that there's no way that they all three link up in Golden State. That would be fucking insane,
bro.
Never seen
that. Would literally feed families.
No, that would feed families. Yeah.
Final three names: Giannis.
Not Milwaukee.
Ooh.
He ain't leaving, bro.
Milwaukee, yeah, Milwaukee.
He ain't leaving, bro. He loves that city. He's brought the championship to that city. He don't even want to leave. He's got Dame now, and he's
until you get a healthy Dame and Giannis for a full playoff series and for a full playoff run, he's not going anywhere, Jack. Don't overthink it.
Yep, I agree.
I'm not overthinking it. I'm thinking to myself, who the hell wants to play basketball in Milwaukee? You already won a championship. Get the hell out of there. If the whole LeBron, Kevin Durant to Golden State thing doesn't happen, in my imaginary world, that's not what transpires this summer. Golden State's number one option is going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Golden State is going to do everything in their power to team up Steph Curry with a superstar. And according to a couple of my friends, there are not many superstars in the NBA. There are very few. One of them is named Giannis Antetokounmpo. And if he is somewhat available for Stephen Curry's 3 to 5 year final run, and I'm Golden State, I make that move. So I could see Giannis also going to Golden State. So for the first three picks for this, I got KD going to Golden State. I got LeBron going to Golden State. And I got Giannis also going to
Golden State. Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. Joel Embiid.
Joel Embiid, I can actually see going to Golden State. I'm not even joking. And I really hope that's not your move, but like Joel Embiid and Steph Curry just looks and makes so much sense to me. Like I love Joel Embiid.
Steph, KD, LeBron, Giannis, Embiid. That is one hell of a starting five in Golden State.
Yeah, each player is like making like $500K each because like all the role players are gonna be on like 75K contracts because like
some Caitlin Clark shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be so expensive to afford all of them. But
where you think Embiid's going, Blake?
Bro, give me the Mavericks, bro. Ooh. Give me the Mavericks, bro. Give me them getting rid of PJ Washington and finding a way to slip in Joel Embiid into this roster with Kyrie and Luka, and I think that it would be one of the dirtiest things of all time if that happened. So I'm going to say the Mavericks.
That's a super team.
That's about as good of a destination for Joel Embiid, and that's also like we all know when Dallas loses in this playoffs, when it does happen, I don't think they go to the NBA Finals. So they're going to lose in the West
me
playoffs
either. Me either. Yeah. At some point.
Yeah.
When they do
the first round.
Okay. When they do lose, though, if it is the first round, Nathan, if your Clippers somehow historically beat the Dallas Mavericks led by Luka Doncic, this beautiful superstar, and the Clippers have absolutely nobody, they're trash. They're the Clippers, trash cans. What up, doggy? But I think a lot of people are just going to be like, "Hey, Dallas, Luka needs more help." That's what everyone's going to say, and it's a bad claim because you just got Kyrie. It's like Luka, just figure it out. At what point are we going to just be like, hey, Luka Doncic, this one's on you. It ain't on Kyrie. It ain't on the defense. It ain't on, the front office. This one's on Luka Doncic. So the second that Embiid gets to then go to Dallas, that becomes a super team. And now Luka's got his guy, because I've always envisioned like a Luka Jokic type of duo. So Embiid with Luka, that would be so dominant. So dominant.
Yeah, Luka and Embiid would be a serious problem, bro.
Yep.
Serious problem.
But I would probably say Embiid's also going to Golden State. The final name I got here, Trae Young. Where we think he going?
Trae Young could very well be a Laker next year, but wherever he goes, I don't see him being in Atlanta, anywhere but Atlanta. I think his best landing spot is
where's that? Like, don't say the Lakers. I know that I've said Golden State for 4 straight names, but
it's the Lakers.
Pick a non-big, like, okay, you can pick a big market.
Okay.
Anywhere other than the Lakers.
Brooklyn.
I don't hate that. I don't
bring some life. That's actually not a horrible location.
I like Trae Young in Brooklyn.
That's not a horrible location. I mean,
yeah, and I would rather pay $150 to go watch Trae Young at Barclays Center than $350 in the nosebleeds to go see Jalen Brunson play. Like, respectfully, I'm taking Trae Young over Jalen
Hold on. First second.
No, I'm not doing that. Jalen Brunson's different.
I've been meaning to do this on the show, and I can't believe I waited until the end to bring this up. But Jack, can the Jalen Brunson disrespect finally stop? He is up 3-1. Wow. No,
bro. Jalen Brunson he's one. You know what's funny, Jack? We both played basketball, and Nate, I don't know if you did either, but if you did, you probably say the same thing.
Yeah, hooper.
Yeah. So I mean, as 3 hoopers, bro, isn't Jalen Brunson just one of the craziest guards you've ever seen? Not only with how crafty he is, but how he maneuvers himself, bro. If you watching Jalen Brunson play basketball is actually fun. Now, did he score 47 points the other night on 34 shots? Yeah, he did. Was it that impressive? No, not really, right? But he's just one of the weirder guards, bro, with the way he likes to maneuver and the way he scores and the way that he plays basketball, bro. He's so quick and almost like a witty basketball player, bro. Really quick decisions. And I do think he's a very high elite level guard, bro. He really is. And we didn't talk about the Knicks, but my guy Miles McBride's playing out of his mind right now too. So shout out Miles. But as far as Trae Young, I mean, Brooklyn's pretty good. Jack, could you see him as a Celtic or what?
No, I can't play defense, but that would be fire. That would be tough. But I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't give me Steph Curry, give me Luka Doncic. Other than that, I'm probably not replacing Drew Holiday or Derek White for any point guard in the league right now.
I just forgot the most obvious destination. He could easily be a San Antonio Spur.
Oh yeah, that was actually in the chat.
Wemby, wow, yeah, Spurs.
I love that.
That's a shit go.
I actually love that.
I actually don't hate that at all.
We can wrap this stream up with a nice old Jalen Brunson debate. How about that? Because we need to finish this conversation.
Bro.
The reason why I have my opinion on Jalen Brunson, Lloyd, is because ESPN
what is your opinion of Jalen Brunson? What's your actual?
You know what he said? You know what he said? I'm
gonna
say this. He said if Jalen Brunson and Derek White swapped roles and Derek White went on the New York Knicks, the Knicks would be the same, if not better, with Derek White leading that squad.
Okay, Jack, that's crazy, bro.
That is
That's
it. That is the
insane. You
most
can't say that,
insane
bro.
take I have heard in the history of takes.
Like, bro, dude, Jack, I've heard a lot of your takes, bro. That's actually wild. You know that's wild too. Like I don't even have to sit here and tell you how wild that is. That's
Like,
insane, bro.
He
And
doesn't
again,
have a straight face right now.
I know you're a Celtic. I know you love Derek White, but Jalen Brunson, if Derek White swapped with, I mean, the whole reason the Knicks are winning these games right now is simply just because of Jalen Brunson, bro.
It's all about
Like he's keeping this team
situations.
afloat by himself, dude. Pretty much.
The second
And Derek White could not do
no,
that.
the second
ridiculous.
Like
the
that,
second
the
you
take is
take-
insane for sure.
the second you take that razor out and you let it all gone, like I think I'm gonna get to that point one day where you just have to realize you just gotta let that shit go.
No, you
And
do,
the second that you shave that shit off, put some tape on it, rip the tape off, and just go full bald head mode, is the second you become Michael Jordan 2.0. And that's just what I saw out of Derek White. All right, I'm gonna stop yapping. Jalen Brunson was 5th on a top 25 NBA players list in the NBA playoffs currently, right? So guys like Steph weren't on the list. I don't even think Giannis was on the list.
Okay.
Jason Tatum was 7. Jalen Brunson was 5.
Okay. Well,
The
who were
second-
the top? I need to know the list. I can't.
Okay,
do
so
it
the
if I
list
don't know
was
who the players are.
so ESPN did one of those things where they post the number 1 spot, the number 3 spot, the 5, the 7.
Sure,
they didn't
sure.
fill in all the blanks. Number 1 was Jokic. I want to say 2 was Luka. 3 was
Those both
SGA.
make sense.
3 was SGA.
That's a little high. I mean, but SJ is top 5 for sure, bro. Like for sure. I don't want to argue. He's top 5 for sure.
Yeah, you gotta
Embiid,
give him their flowers.
Embiid was 4.
I would put Embiid. I'd flip Embiid and Shea, but yeah. And then
Jalen
I would
Brunson
put
was
Tatum.
5.
I'd put Jason Tatum at 5. No, I know I would not. I'd put Anthony Edwards at 5. I'd put Jason Tatum at 6. I would put Jalen Brunson at 7. Because Anthony Edwards right now is just better than Jason Tatum.
No, he's
I don't
not.
know what
No,
to
he's
say
not.
about
No,
it.
he's
I
not.
don't
No,
know
he's not.
how
No,
to
he's not.
say
No, he's
this.
not. No, he's not.
To
No.
say
In
Anthony
a
Edwards
meaningful way.
is not the best player in the world, it's actually a valid take as of right now to say that Anthony Edwards is the best player in the world.
That's what I was saying about Tatum when he was doing what Edwards literally just did. And everyone's like, Tatum's not even a top 10 player in the game. He was number 1 the whole time.
Jason Tatum swept the Brooklyn Nets with just KD. They had no Harden. They had no Kyrie.
They had Kyrie Irving.
Maybe for 2 to 3 weeks, Jason Tatum was the king of the court.
Yeah. And dude, I trust me, I'm a Dookie. I love Tatum. I'm a Tatum guy, bro. And I do. Tatum is great, and he's had a lot of postseason success to understand all this. But right now, when you're talking about overall player skill, ability to kill, it's
You're taking a 22-year-old Anthony Edwards who has proven absolutely nothing over a guy who has went to 4 Eastern Conference Finals, is 26 years old, has been to an NBA Finals, almost beat prime Stephen Curry in a Finals, and we're sitting here saying that the next Michael Jordan of our generation is not better than Anthony Edwards?
Because Anthony Edwards just swept his idol.
We did that 2 years ago. That means nothing. Beat Denver.
That's the thing.
Beat Denver. Get to the finals. You know what? Who won the year before when Tatum beat KD in that first round? So we sweep KD, right? Who'd we play the next round? We had to play the defending champion Milwaukee Bucks in a 7-game series, and we took them out. Okay? Minnesota. Anthony Edwards beat Denver. They're vulnerable. They're beatable. The Lakers are competing with Denver. Minnesota, once they beat Denver, then I'll give Anthony Edwards
the Timberwolves
have
Until
shown then, he
no
is not
weakness.
Jason Tatum.
The Timberwolves have shown no weakness so far. They haven't lost yet in the playoffs. Not only are the Celtics the number 1 seed and they've lost to the 8th seed once, but nobody's scared of the Celtics right now. I promise you that. Like sure they might be the best team in
Celtics
the
are
East.
not in a
but
category of the Minnesota Timberwolves.
You can't
It's
fear.
two categories.
What do the Celtics bring?
Jason Tatum.
That doesn't scare any NBA team. If you're coached right,
Keep that same energy.
you can
Keep that same
outcoach.
energy.
You can, bro. The Celtics are so outcoachable. Like
Obviously, but they have
Yeah.
the 5 best players on the floor, and they have the greatest starting 5 in the history of life. That's enough for me,
I mean-
bro. Joe Mazzulla just got to sit there and drop X's and O's and keep his mouth shut half the time.
I mean, I'll say that Jason Tatum does not put like people talk about how Michael put fear in people, right? LeBron put fear in people, right? Anthony Edwards to some degree right now, right? To some degree, Anthony Edwards right now is putting fear into these opponents. And
Let me see him win a single game against
Jason
Denver.
Tatum. Now, and again, I agree with that, but he will. That's the thing is Anthony Edwards, he will, bro. I don't even have to answer that question. He will win too. It might go. So I took the Nuggets. I told you I like the Nuggets, but Anthony Edwards, he will, bro. Like, and that's the thing with the NBA that's kind of cool to see right now, bro, is these cats are taking over, man. The Jason Tatums of the world, right? The Luka Doncic's of the world. The Anthony Edwards is now another born superstar caliber player that's going to be around in the postseason for a long time. SGA, right, who's been a dog for a long time, finally got a few more pieces to the puzzle. And Chet Holmgren, and they put something together with J-Dub and all those guys and put something special together in OKC. Like, it's really, really cool to see, and it's fun to watch the NBA right now. And me and Trent were talking about this last night, bro, is that all these teams are so loaded, bro. Like, and whoever really comes out on top this year is really, like, the best team. Because all of these teams, I know there's a lot of guys that are hurt, right? Jimmy and Giannis, and we got Dame's now hurt. We got, obviously some teams are hurt, right? But again, like whoever comes out on top this year, man, it's a really good championship to have, because this year in the NBA specifically was a really high elite level basketball year.
I think that Boston, like you bring up a great point. First of all, the talent in the NBA, Nathan and I talk about this all the time, this idea that 2024 is the best version of NBA basketball I think we've ever seen in terms of talent, in terms of star power. Like, you're just seeing all these different dudes that could be the best player in any given league, but because this is 2024, Devin Booker is 17th in a player list. Like, that's just the nature of the beast. Damian Lillard is the 25th best NBA player. It's kind of ridiculous, but I do believe, as great as all these teams are, as talented as all these teams are, there's not a more complete team than Boston and Denver, which is why I think it's so clear and obvious that although every team's going to kind of fight with each team, everyone's competitive, it's entertaining as heck, but in the end, it's going to be Boston, Denver, and all the debate stops.
Okay, I have a question for both of you real quick, and then I know we got to wrap this up or whatever. And Nate, I'll actually ask you this first, because I know you're a Clippers guy. So Clippers, Mavs, right? Whoever wins that series, right? I think you think it's going to be the Clippers. I think it's going to be the Mavs. I think Jack thinks it's going to be the Mavs. But whoever wins that series, right? They'll play OKC, obviously, because that series is over. The Pelicans got no fucking shot, bro. So they'll play OKC. If you look at OKC, A, can they beat the Mavericks? And B, if the Clippers win and Kawhi's back, can they be? Because Kawhi will be back. Is this correct? I don't want to make sure I'm fact checking on this. I don't want to believe so. So he will be back for the next series, right? Okay, cool. So can they beat a full Clippers team, right? Because OKC, right? Jack talks about team, bro. Now OKC, right, dude, they are vetted. They're almost vetted in a weird way, because everybody knows their role. They all form around. It's almost like what Charles Barkley said last night. You got to have every team has a guy, and that guy has to bring the camaraderie to the team. Jason Tatum does it for the Celtics, right? I know Jaylen Brown is Jaylen Brown, but everybody knows in Boston, Jason Tatum is our guy, right? Everybody in Minnesota knows, hey, Anthony Edwards is our guy. Everybody in OKC knows that Shea, he's our guy, and we're going to do whatever we got to do to help Shea get us as far as we got to go, right? So can they, in a weird way, right? Because we're talking about teams, Celtics, Nuggets. I could argue that that's a different. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they're probably one of the most high elite level when it comes to team as they play together, right? And they're an actual team where the Suns aren't a fucking team, right? They're just three guys that go out there and try to
They don't have a
score
point guard.
and win games, and they get swept, right? So it's like, but now you have a team in OKC playing really well. You're playing a bad team in the Pelicans, but whatever. Can this really good team, right, beat the Clippers, the star power that they have, or the star power that the Mavericks have? I'll give it to you.
I think, well, I'm actually glad you brought up this question because Jack and I have both been saying for the past 2 to 3 episodes, like, whoever wins this series is going to the Western Conference Finals. We don't know finals yet because obviously the Nuggets, the Timberwolves look great.
Right.
But I think the lack of playoff experience is going to catch up to the Oklahoma City Thunder by the second round, and I think that is that's their ceiling. I think Oklahoma City could push both teams to maybe 5 or 6, but I think that's as far as it goes, to be honest. And yeah.
I overlooked Minnesota. I'm someone that preaches the greatness, less about the talent, less about, being a young guy in the league, have a flashy, fantastic regular season. I want to see you do it in the postseason. And when I've seen it out of KD, I've seen it out of Steph, I've seen it out of LeBron. So I tend to lean with those 3 guys when it gets to this time of year. So I overlook Minnesota. They just swept Phoenix. I've kind of overlooked OKC all year long. And since the Clippers and Dallas are literally just beating up on each other, there's a world where OKC beats one of those 2 teams just simply because they're sweeping the Pelicans. They get all this rest. They're going to be given home court. You're the 1 seed for a reason. Everyone's overlooking OKC, including myself. But they ain't just going to go down like it's a 4-1, best of 5.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a 7-game series. I think OKC can take Dallas 6 games, can take the Clippers 6 games. Do they have the team to actually beat OKC?
Dude, I'm not going to
Do they have the team to beat Dallas?
I think they do. I think they can beat both those teams, bro. Now,
can they beat Denver? Could they beat Denver?
I would. Could OKC beat Denver? No, they could not beat Denver. No.
Yeah, cooked.
No, they could not beat Denver. But again, this is a team that's super young. They have a lot of time to grow together, right? This is just going to be another postseason that they put kind of in the backpack, right? It'll throw it back there. Another solid year, another good year. Got out of the first round, played the Clippers and went 7 games and lost, or went 7 games and won and then got swept by the Nuggets. I think as far as Oklahoma City goes, they'll be happy with their success either way. But you're right to some extent, Jack. They do have a ceiling because they're not going to be able to beat Denver. But I do think, man, like against the Mavericks, bro, Shea's a different animal, bro. Like Shea is one of those guys too. It's just like, God, the NBA is so talented, bro. Like Shea is just such a skilled guard, and it's crazy to think about how skilled he is now compared to when he was in Kentucky, bro. Because you guys, like, I'm a massive college basketball guy. I've watched college basketball for years, bro. Like, and Shea, when he was at Kentucky, bro, he was nothing like he is right now, and he has just turned out to be just a different animal, just a different elite level scorer, and now a guy that they look at as a veteran that can lead this squad to a championship eventually down the years, I think. But again, I think they can beat both. But like you said, Jack, if they do meet up against Denver, but now if they beat the Mavs or Clippers, bro, and then they somehow end up meeting Minnesota, bro, and Anthony Edwards does it, bro, right? Right, Anthony Edwards does exactly what you're talking about, and he goes and fucking pulls it off, bro. He does it somehow. 6 games. He's a different breed. Averages 45 a game. If he does it, because he can do it. We saw Tatum do it. Anthony Edwards can do it. If he does it, and they meet with OKC, Minnesota, and in the Western Conference Finals, bro, that could be a serious series where either one of those young cats can go to the finals and probably have a chance to get it done against the Celtics. I still would take the Celtics, obviously, but I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that into the universe that it's possible.
Someone just said that OKC will get a superstar this summer, but who?
Joel?
I don't know if OKC gets a superstar.
No, OKC doesn't need anything, bro. They don't need anything.
You got your superstar.
Like, you have your superstar. You don't need anything else, bro. You have Chet. Like, just let it build, bro. And we're also forgetting
that's what I'm
Oklahoma
saying,
City
bro.
has like 45 million draft picks over the next 5 years. Let's not forget this. Right. Like, they can go get whoever the fuck they want. I mean, they'll trade up for you. They'll trade their picks. It don't matter.
What is the recipe for success in the NBA? We've seen it out of the two teams that are going to be in the finals this year. Boston and Denver. What did they do to build their teams? What did Golden State do to build its dynasty? You draft. One, two, or three players that change your franchise forever. The Celtics drafted Jaylen Brown with the third overall pick, and the year after they drafted Jason Tatum. Golden State did Steph, Clay, and Draymond, right? Denver, Jokic, and Murray. You stick with your guys. You build that up. By year 7, year 8, they're playing with each other for 7 years. They're going to be brilliant.
For sure. Absolutely. But like and again, to your format, Jack, two high elite level players, bro. Not the super teams don't work, right? So don't go get 3, right? You don't need 3, right? You got OKC, you have Chet, right? That's a crazy comment from Mr. Lycan. That's they could not sweep them, but they could win the series. But dude, to your point, right? Tatum.
I'm tired of Anthony Edwards glazing.
Everybody's glazing in right now. It is kind of tough. But again, he's a stud, bro. What are you gonna do? But hey, let me finish real quick.
Sorry.
To Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, 2 works, right? To Chet, to Shea, it works. To Jamal, to Nikola Jokic, right? It works. You go get 2 of them, and then you build, right? That's what you do. That's the format.
I got
the
one
NBA.
thing.
Because you
Jimmy
can
Butler,
you can add a
bio, and then you build, right? And then you get like a piece of Tyler Hero, or like a different multitude of pieces. Go ahead, Nate.
I got an epiphany right now, and it's a little bit of disrespect. Like, you think the star of Oklahoma City is Shea and Chet? I actually highly disagree. I think it's Shea and Jalen Williams. I think it's J-Dub. I think J-Dub is going to be that guy.
Yeah, but the future Chet Holmgren is the guy that competes with Victor Wembanyama.
Like, bro, OKC right now without Chet Holmgren, they're not even in the playoffs, bro. They're absolutely nothing. So, like J-Dub, and J-Dub is, right, the Tyler Hero. J-Dub is the Derek White, right? That's what J-Dub is, right?
You got to have those guys.
You have to have those guys. Yes, he can. He can be. I'm not saying
and Derek White can be Jalen Brunson. You don't have to be more than that. You have to be your role.
This is where you're overplaying your role, Jack. This is
that is not that.
You play your role. OKC, the Williams dude, he plays his role. He doesn't need to be Jason Tatum. He doesn't need to be Shea. He doesn't need to go for 80.
He goes over his role sometimes.
Right? J-Dub can go out there and score at the level like these guys can. That doesn't make you a superstar or not, right? Shea is the guy. And Chet, when they needed Chet to get over the hump, bro. Like, I mean, Chet is the guy that got them over, right? And so now that they're over, they got a serious shot. They're about to sweep the Pelicans. Probably was that game tonight? I'm assuming it's tonight. So, yeah, they're going to sweep them tonight.
There's no denying that Oklahoma City's a number 1 seed now. I mean, they didn't have Chet last year. They missed the playoffs. Now they have Chet, and it's like they're their first seed. So, obviously, I agree with you, but I think it's more about a big 3. Chet, Shea, and J-Dub at the end of the day. I think J-Dub is emerging into that guy. I really do. I really do believe so.
Yeah, and again, I agree with you as he can emerge to that guy, but I'm just talking about the recency bias that we've seen in the NBA and the recent success, right? Like, because I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the Denver's big 3 is MPJ, Jamal Murray, and Nikola Jokic. I'm going to say they got a big 2. They got a big 2, and MPJ is the third guy. Like, he's down the line, right?
Nathan.
And
what was everyone yapping about? What was everyone yapping about last year when the Lakers were going on a run? Is it AD, LeBron, and Anthony
and Austin Reeves?
And Austin Reeves? Like,
no, it's not.
You ain't Kobe.
Because those are 2 vets. It doesn't make any sense. These are 3 young players in the first time together in the playoffs together. It's different. It's not the same. They are building something together, just like how you two both said. What you do, how you build a dynasty, how you build a good organization, a winning basketball organization is you build something from the start, from the ground up. This is from the ground up. This is Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden from the ground up again. This is the baby Thunder being built up again. I'm telling you, it's going to be the big 3.
Listen, that's what I did with Mac Jones and the Patriots. A lot of the times we
fuck
get
the
stuck
big
in this
three.
idea
It's
of
just big
comparing.
meat, man.
We compare.
Mac
We
Jones.
compare our past with our present, and it doesn't work. I compare every girl that I ever see to that beautiful 10 that I was in love with that friend zoned me. That's just how the world works. And until I get over that hump, and obviously the Patriots traded away Mac Jones. So now we're in a different era. We get to now Drake May, all he has to do is just be better than Mac Jones. You don't have to be better than Tom Brady. So it's just the last guy, you know? Sorry.
I hate to be this guy to say this right now, but Drake May is Mitch Trubisky, like all over.
Oh, fella, you don't have to convince me.
and
I wanted Marvin, and I know you're an OSU guy.
hate
Why the hell did we
guy.
not pick Marvin Harrison Jr.?
I'm not gonna cap. Marvin Harrison should have been the 1-1. There was no
1-1.
guy in the draft that is
how do
more
you-
of an
how do you have
automatic
Randy
Hall of
Moss?
Famer
For real.
than like he is a automatic Hall of Famer, bro. It's not
Top
even
5 wide receiver
it's
the second he
automatic.
steps on the field
Yeah,
in the NFL.
absolutely,
He's Randy Moss
100%. But and again, I for the Patriots' sake, again, not in my division, so I can talk good about him. I don't think he's going to be horrible, right? And I think that he probably will be better than Mac Jones, but I still think people don't give Mac Jones credit for what he did. He wasn't. I know he wasn't great by any means, but he also he wasn't Zach Wilson. So like, and I think that Drake May is just like a Walmart Josh Allen that people think he is. No, he's just same size as Mr. Trubisky.
Let me stop you right there. I'm gonna stop you
He's
right
not
there.
even not even close to being as mobile as Josh Allen. Like I don't know.
Drake May. Blake, I need you to just listen. I need you to.
Oh, I'm listening. Buddy. Hey, trust me. I will hear you out. I'll hear you out. I'll turn you up too.
I was very disappointed when the Patriots picked Drake May. I went to bed. I slept on it. I feel much better. More importantly, I'm a Patriots fan. Yeah, I broke my helmet since.
Oh, I saw it. That video.
I've had that helmet since I was 3 years old. That's probably the only Patriots, toy helmet ever in existence. It's a valuable helmet right there that I broke. Yeah, I'm never seeing that thing again. It's hanging up over there with, it's a little destroyed. But Drake May, you bring up Josh Allen comparison, right? Drake May is his ceiling is a better version of Josh Allen. Now, I only say that because Josh Allen's wearing a Buffalo Bills jersey. Drake May was put in a Patriots jersey.
Yeah.
There's levels to this. When you're on the Buffalo Bills, that's like playing and trying to win a championship for the Los Angeles Clippers versus for the Boston Celtics or Los Angeles Lakers.
Yeah, they're cursed. They're cursed for sure.
There's levels to this. Drake May actually has a better chance to succeed than Josh Allen. And as a matter of fact, how many Super Bowls do both of them have? They both have 0. Okay. And Josh Allen and Drake May, they're kind of both on the same level. Patrick Mahomes is here. Everyone else is here.
Well, Joe Burrow. I mean, hey,
I know.
Will you relax? Jesus Christ, bro.
No. Listen, Blake, there's so much NFL that should be talked about, needs to always be talked about. We won't get too far into it, but I feel like a lot of people forgot about Joe Burrow this year, and I can't wait for Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, that duo I don't know what the hell is going to happen with T. Higgins, but I just
So what do you mean what's going to happen with T. Higgins? Ship his bitch ass out of Cincinnati. I don't want him here. He don't want to be here. Then bitch, I don't fucking want you. Leave. I don't want you. I don't want you. We're going to be just as good without you. It don't matter. So whatever. We just drafted Jermaine Burton. Kid's a fucking animal out of Alabama. We don't need you, bro. We don't need you.
Yeah, he wants too much money.
I think the Bengals are winning the Super Bowl next year. Actually, no, they're not. The Texans are. What's up, brother? Why couldn't
Texans have a chance for sure.
I said this take the other day, and I want to bring it up again. I said Dak Prescott and Jason Tatum are the perfect comparisons in their like respective leagues. Like they are like literally the same exact like person.
Wow, that's an interesting take. Wow.
Because not only do they play for the same like franchise in many ways, because like the Celtics get a lot of hate, the Cowboys get a lot of hate, but it's like they've both been
Yeah.
in MVP conversations, never as front runners, but like always lingering around the MVP conversation. But they just can't get it done when it matters, and they have to. They're both fighting to get over that hump.
Dude, I would almost say I
Jason Tatum's in a category of
like
his own.
that. I like that. I would almost say the perfect category. And again, he's won an MVP, so it's a little bit different, but a guy that just can't do it is Joel Embiid. I feel like Joel Embiid and Dak Prescott are like the perfect comparison. Because Joel Embiid he has great teams every year, right? They have a great regular season. He gets to the postseason. We saw what happened. The Packers fucked on the Dallas Cowboys for, 3 quarters, and it was over.
He's
And
a Packers fan, by the way.
The birth of Jordan Love was okay, sure. Okay, nice.
No. The way I talk about Jason
future,
Tatum,
sure.
he talks about Jordan Love the same exact way.
Sure, I like Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love will have a very successful career. But I'm just saying, I think that Dak Prescott and Joel Embiid is really, really solid. I do think that one is solid as well with Tatum. No. But again, Tatum will get there. Like Tatum will win a title. It's hard for me to say.
Yeah, like what happens? What's your opinion?
Like,
I'm gonna ask both of y'all this. What's your opinion of Tatum when he does actually win the title this year? Like, what do you say about him? Is he the next Kobe, MJ? Is he the next Jason Tatum? Is he the greatest basketball player of all time? What do we say about Jason Tatum when he wins his first championship?
No, man. I think if Jason Tatum wins one, I think that he moves to probably ultimately he's probably a top 20 player of all time automatically. But he's still super young. He's got a lot of damage to do. And if he wins a title, I think if he wins a title this year, you gotta give the props where they're due, man. I know we talk about Tatum a lot on this show, but Tatum would be, if he got a title this year, not only would it be an impressive one, but it would be one that technically he's supposed to have. They're the best team. And he would have gotten it done. And he would have gone through everybody in order to get there. And I would put a lot of respect on Tatum's name. I'd put him in the top 20 probably of all time if he did it. So,
yeah. I'll probably put him in the top 25. But
yeah, 25, 20, I'm not thinking about it necessarily right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think the thing with Jason Tatum is, like, he needs to – I think it'll be more so, like, more meaningful for this, like, Celtics team as a whole, because it's like they went – what, 57 games this year?
64.
Exactly. You win 64 regular season games, and not only was this starting five like super hyped up, but it's like, okay, you finally proved it.
Man,
64.
Bro. Y'all acting like the fact that both of y'all, when I asked you that question, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting.
Jack, Jack, let me ask. Jack, I want to flip this real quick, bro. Dude, I want to flip this real quick. Jack, what happens if Tatum doesn't do it again? Let's talk about that. What if he doesn't get it done again? Right? So what happens, right? When Nate, pick a team. Who comes out of the East? Who plays in the Eastern Conference Finals? Okay. The Knicks. Okay. Okay, take them. Now you gotta go into MSG, right? You gotta get it done. Tatum ain't never been in there, right? He ain't never put a series in there, right? He ain't never put the Knicks in there, right? And now he's got to be the bigger dude and go in there and beat the New York Knicks, right? Who say are the best team. They got a superstar of their own, right? No. And they're playing really well. Really good defensive team, by the way, too, which is why they won a lot of their games. And Jason Tatum, obviously, the Boston Celtics, great defensive team too, right? It should be a great series, but somehow in TD Garden, Game 7, Jalen Brunson goes for 55, and he sends the Celtics home, and all the Celtics fans are crying again. What do we say about Jason Tatum then? Because guess what happens now, right? After all these time of not getting it done, now you're asking me, we have added a 6th player to the list. Well, where's Jason Tatum playing next year? Where's Jason Tatum go? Does Jason Tatum leave Boston? Because this would be year after year after year of great playoff success with never getting it done. And now, because he's had all this early playoff success, we have to put Tatum in this category, right, of expectations. Bro, we expect you, Tatum, to be the number 1 player on the Boston Celtics, to be one of the best players in the league, and to go out there and compete at the highest level and be almost in the finals arguably every year with the way your team looks, bro. You have Porzingis, Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, and yourself. You guys should be able to get it done nonstop. So now if he doesn't get it done again, what do we start saying, Jack? What happens then?
Nathan, are you hearing something? I'm sorry, I'm blocking
I
out
heard-
all idiots.
I heard each and every single word in that.
No, I can't hear a single thing coming out of the dude in the middle. I think he's muted. I'm blocking out all idiots.
Okay. Well, let me know. What do you say?
What
do you
happens
say to that, huh?
What happens if Tatum loses? What?
They find a way to do it every year. So what happens again if the Celtics somehow don't end up hoisting a trophy and Tatum doesn't have a Finals MVP trophy in his hands by the end of the NBA season? What happens then? Because now we're talking about what the fuck does the Celtics do? Do you trade Jaylen Brown? Do you trade this? Do you do that? Do you get rid of Tatum? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do, Jack?
I'm feeling my pulse. I'm feeling my pulse right now because as I was about to start giving my beautiful take about this proposed question, if there's a world where the New York Knicks beat the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference Finals this year, that's not a world. That's not a world. But
Do you realize the New York Knicks can 100% do that though? They have the
no,
best
they
role
can't,
players.
bro. I've watched the Knicks all season long. Jalen Brunson is not even half of the player that Jason Tatum is.
He's better this year. He's better this year. That's not even a ridiculous take. Boy, do you agree with me?
Yes,
Jalen Brunson
he
this
is
season.
better. Yeah.
This
Better.
season.
No.
Yes.
Yeah, better. I mean, I would say better.
He's about to lose his mind.
Say that one more time.
No, he is. He is about to lose his mind. And again, Jack, I'm not trying to say this to get you worked up, brother. I'm just saying this is the circumstances that you will be in, right? And if somehow, right, you guys go to the finals, you guys play Denver, right? You guys losing 6 games again. Tatum again to the finals. Again, devastation, bro. Can't get over the hump. What's going on? Like, you got to ask these questions, bro. These are questions that are going to be asked, bro, because you guys have made it out of the East so many times. You guys have been a team over and over and over again. We got no Lombardi, brother. We got no Lombardi. We got no Larry O'Brien. We got nothing. We don't have any. We ain't got no trophies.
I'm gonna end this show the right way. Okay. Let me take the final word. That was a lot. That was a lot to take in there. I feel like Lloyd, the past 10 minutes has really brought up every potential scary scenario that I would have to deal with. The New York Knicks being the team that beats the Celtics, the Denver. Those are the two teams, Denver and the Knicks. If we lose to either of those teams, this mic probably goes away. This mic, as a matter of fact, I see a window right there. It's being thrown out the window.
Sure.
It's a very expensive mic. That's the first thing. The second thing, I don't. Jason Tatum becomes a Laker. No, that can't. No way, Jason Tatum becomes a Laker, right? No. Why are you guys putting these scenarios in my head?
Hold on. I have a question. So what do you do though? Because I
fired Joe Mazzulla. So the only way that we lose, is if Joe Mazzulla screws us over. Or if Jason Tatum doesn't show up.
Joe Mazzulla should have been fired last year. We talked about this.
Yes. So we gave him a second chance.
Still not be the coach for the Boston Celtics right now.
What would I do? I would fire Joe Mazzulla, but that's not a scenario.
And if Tatum gets traded, do you follow Tatum or are you a Celtic still? What's the deal here?
A little bit of both, right?
Questions. Questions.
Questions that you're not going to get all the answers to because that's not a situation that will ever transpire. Jason Tatum is a Boston Celtic for life, and he wins 6 championships and becomes the greatest basketball player of all time. So is that all you need for me to answer your question about whether the Celtics could win or lose? Nathan, I feel like something's coming out.
Yeah, Jack, do you remember what we were talking about last episode about Caitlin Clark, all the pressure that she's facing and what it takes to achieve greatness? Greatness is born whenever a player overcomes pressure, whenever pressure is the greatest. This is all or nothing. This is the most all-in Jason Tatum is in one playoff series. If he loses Doesn't matter second round, doesn't matter finals, doesn't matter if he loses in the Eastern Conference Finals. If he loses, if he doesn't go all the way, he will be wearing a different jersey next year. And everything that you are saying about him up to this moment has just gone out the window. So this is pressure. This is Jason Tatum being matched up against greatness. Can he beat greatness? Can he become greatness? It's all up to him.
The final thing I'll say on this beautiful edition of the Morning Jackpot is we got Brayson in the chat saying, Jack, did you think Tatum like this when he got drafted? I remember the moment like it was yesterday.
Jesus Christ, bro.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. Yeah, we're gonna wrap this thing up. Yeah, Celtics are winning by about 28 tonight. The Lakers keep the thing alive. As a matter of fact, they're probably getting blown out, but I got the Lakers winning it, and the 7.5 points, I wouldn't touch it, honestly. I would literally either take Lakers money line or I would take Denver 7.5. I would not go in between that. Yeah, that's probably bad logic, but Lloyd, I'll let you rifle off 2 plays here, and then we'll get out of here and give a little quick SoBet shout out.
Yeah, man. Let's rock here. Again, I have all 5 plays today. So 5 plays have already been posted on SoBet. I got them last night, and this is a reason too. You guys should get on SoBet too, because a lot of us, like me, I do all my cabin before I go to bed. So like I got all 5 plays, early line movements, all that kind of good stuff last night. So a lot of these lines have moved. We'd already talked about the Phillies line moved. The Twins line, I'm not sure what the -0.5 is at right now. But the Twins, as I said, -0.5, first 5, all of them should be on there already. If you want to look at them. So if wherever they're at, I don't know, they should be one more, Jack. That was a weekly recap, and we should be good there. Oh, that might be it. Maybe I actually didn't post them already. That might be it.
Maybe the stream is getting.
No,
maybe
that's right. No, that's right. I didn't. No. You're good, bro. I actually didn't post them yet. I gotta post them right after this. But again, this is why. Just get on SoBet, man. A lot of these guys doing a lot of great stuff at night, especially getting early line movement and stuff like that. So Twins first 5 -0.5. Phillies first 5 today -135. We love that play. And I'm gonna drop one more for you guys today too. Give me my Cincinnati Reds today. We're gonna go with the first 5 under. And the Padres-Cincinnati Reds game. Lodolo, last 2 starts, has been pretty solid. He gave up 3 his last start, but prior to this, only started 3 times. Obviously, coming back from that injury, is a great lefty. Padres batting about 189 this year against lefties. And Matt Waldron is on the mound today. Obviously, a guy that throws that knuckle ball, that knuckle curve is kind of crazy. And he's got a 3.96 ERA. His expected is pretty decent as well. And both these teams have been really, really bad at hitting in the past 2 weeks. The Reds are about the worst hitting team in baseball, and the Padres are right there with them. So we love the first 5 under in that today with Lodolo against the lefties and the Padres, and with how bad the Reds have been hitting lately. So we like the first 5 under in that. Phillies first 5 money line, Twins first 5 -0.5 today. All 3 baseball plays you guys need from me today.
Sweet. Love it. Nathan, do you have one? Doesn't have to be a play. You have nothing, because I was going to say the entire chat should just fade you. Like at that point, you're here for the
no, bro. I ain't got shit, yo.
I ain't got. Well, you know what?
Give
us Nuggets
money
line. Nuggets money line.
Bro, what kind of play is that, bro? They're -487.
Oh wow.
They're 7.5. Hey, take the 7.5. Be a man. Take the 7.5.
7.5. Yeah. You know what? 7.5. I like that.
Okay.
All right.
So, I do think it's probably. I mean, I don't know. It's 7.5 is a weird line. I do like the Celtics tonight, though. -10. I would actually bet.
But I am riding with you. The Twins and the Phillies. Let's ride. Right there.
Let's ride. Bang. Let's get it going, baby. Hell yeah. Let's go.
I'm putting my final play in the chat for anyone that wants to check out the chat right now. But I'm just gonna drop that in there, and we will be good to get out of here after that. Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum over 26.5 points. It has not been hitting as of late, but he's going for 50 tonight. So you can surely lock that one in. And Celtics -10.5. Although that line, as a fan of the Celtics, when I see a line like that, I don't touch it, because you don't want to be cheering for like, damn, we just won by 8. and I'm not happy. Like, that's the worst feeling in the entire world, which is why I just take Tatum over 26 and a half.
But realistically, again, you guys should blow this team out every game. It shouldn't be close. So let's just keep it there.
One game at a time.
Thing in sports history. So don't.
What you yapping at? What are you yapping about over there, Nathan?
The spread. I never want to F with the spread, man. Because
it's tough. Yeah. Especially in the NBA. You have no idea.
In the NBA, spreads are tough, bro. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, I have to pee really
bad. Great show today.
2 hours.
I appreciate you guys.
2 hours. We are 1 hour 59:38. Like, this has been an electric show. 2 hours in the morning jackpot on this beautiful Monday. We got a whole lot of great NBA. Obviously, Lloyd was telling us about all the MLB going on. You could check out LloydsLocks everywhere on socials and more importantly on SoBet. Make sure you go to SoBet.io. Use code jackpot to sign up. And the website that I was, sharing for y'all, that's what you're going to get when you sign up for SoBet.io. You get access to all the pros. So it's the real deal. It's the best of the best. And
absolutely.
Celtics, Jason Tatum over 26.5 points. Make sure you make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you tune in every single weekday, Monday to Friday, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, 6 a.m. Pacific time if we have any West Coasters. Apparently we got someone from Brazil. So you
that's huge.
Who the hell knows who knows who is tuning into this?
A lot of people watching.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone tuning in, and we'll see you on Tuesday. Peace.